Do you believe that true love doesn't always need a declaration? That love can speak through silence, through a glance, or through footsteps that fall in sync? Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jikook Moment, the home of untold stories that speak straight to the heart. Today, we're going to talk about something more than just a rumor. Something that might just be a love story we've only ever guessed from afar. Imagine two world-famous figures walking quietly in a distant land, Switzerland. Not on a stage, not under the spotlight, but as two ordinary human beings who may have just made the most intimate decision of their lives. What really happened behind the soft mist of the Swiss mountains? Was it just a vacation, or a sacred moment they chose to celebrate in silence, together? Stay with us, because what we're about to uncover is far from an ordinary trip. Not every love story needs to be shouted through a megaphone. Some just need to be felt, seen through gentle movements, warm glances, and synchronized steps. And in the stillness of the Swiss mountains veiled in mist, that love may have finally found its home. Jimin and Jungkook, two of BTS's brightest stars, may have just experienced something far more profound than a simple getaway. Their trip to Switzerland has yet to be officially confirmed, but social media has already been buzzing with intriguing accounts. Several fans reported seeing them in a quiet Swiss town, walking by a lake, sitting at a peaceful outdoor cafe, even feeding ducks in a public park. To most, it might seem trivial, but to those who've followed Jimin and Jungkook's journey for years, moments like these are tiny puzzle pieces to a much larger picture, a love story never spoken, but always felt. Switzerland is no random choice. Since 2022, same-sex marriage has been legally recognized there. The fact that Jimin and Jungkook chose this destination for a joint vacation has sparked a wave of curiosity among fans. Was it simply to unwind, or was there a much deeper meaning? Many speculate they might have been celebrating something, a relationship anniversary, a secret engagement, or even a deeply private wedding. Given how carefully they guard their privacy, such a possibility feels far from unlikely. One of the most talked about moments came from a witness who spotted them in a secluded park. "I thought they were filming something," they said, but the atmosphere was too quiet, too real. They weren't acting. They were just being themselves, two young men sharing a peaceful moment in a world that rarely offers quiet. Maybe that's love in its most honest form. Not dramatic, not grand, just still and profound. Adding to the emotional weight of this story is a quote from Jungkook years ago. "I want to travel with Jimin until we grow old." At the time, many took it as a joke or a sweet sentiment. But looking at things now, it feels more like a promise quietly coming true. Just before this trip, fans spotted both of their signatures on a car in Korea. They wrote a simple message, "Always happy and healthy." It might sound cliché, but written together, in the same moment, it feels like a soft yet powerful vow. They also recently took a traditional Korean calligraphy class, an art that requires patience, spiritual connection, and mental calm. During the session, they each wrote their names, Jimin and Jungkook, in different styles, but on the same sheet of paper. A symbol, to many, that felt like an artistic marriage. Unofficial, yet full of meaning. Another story came from someone who tried to photograph them secretly, only to be approached immediately by security. There were a lot of staff around, like they were guarding something very personal, the witness said. But what I remember most was their energy. They weren't putting on a show. They looked genuinely happy. In the clear, calm beauty of Switzerland, a love like Jimin and Jungkook's seems to shine even brighter. Not under spotlights, but through each other's presence. They don't need to hold hands for the cameras or post romantic captions on Instagram. Their togetherness is already enough. Fans have also noticed a recurring pattern. How they often disappear from the public eye at the same time, appear in the same locations, and return with a peaceful, happier aura. It's not coincidence. It's a life quietly built together, with a rhythm only they understand. There are also rumors that they're filming the second season of Are You Sure? But this time with no crew, just the two of them, like making a personal documentary about their own life. If true, the world may soon see a more honest, intimate, and raw side of their relationship. Even without official confirmation, fans have learned to read the subtle signs they leave behind. A smile that only appears when looking at each other. A silent gaze that speaks volumes. Hands that follow the other's movements, as if they've been dancing together for years. One last witness said, "I saw them from a distance and I just knew they're not just close, they're connected. Not because they're BTS, but because they love each other." You can see it in how they walk together. What makes this story so powerful is the silence that surrounds it. No grand declarations, no press conferences. And yet, in that silence, their love feels even more real. In a world full of noise and rumors, they've chosen to walk quietly, together. Jimin and Jungkook's relationship wasn't built overnight. It's the result of years spent together, supporting one another during hard times, celebrating successes, and sharing space with deep respect. It's a love not built on praise, but on time. When one moves, the other follows. When one speaks, the other listens. In many moments, they move in natural sync, the kind that only comes from truly knowing each other. And maybe that's why so many people feel connected to them. Because their love isn't a fairy tale filled with dramatic scenes. It's a real story, growing slowly amidst pressure, cameras, and public expectation. Love like this is rare, and even rarer to witness. But Jimin and Jungkook, in their calm and respectful way, have shared glimpses of it little by little. Not for show, but as a quiet thank you for having found each other. In the end, we may never know for sure whether they truly married in Switzerland or if it was just a regular trip. But when you consider all the signs, all the stories, and all the energy radiating from their togetherness, the answer already feels clear. And behind all the speculation, one truth remains undeniable. Jimin and Jungkook are still together, still in love, still building a life they chose, together. That's not just good news. That's hope. A reminder that true love can exist, grow, and endure. In the spotlight, behind whispers, and through every quiet step they take side by side. In a world full of noise and opinions, Jimin and Jungkook choose silence. But it's in that very silence where we feel something most real. A love that's unspoken, yet felt to the bone. They've never flaunted their relationship. They don't need to. Because when two souls are truly in sync, the world can feel it, even from a small smile, a subtle gesture, or a seemingly ordinary trip that holds 1,000 meanings. Whether or not the rumors of their marriage in Switzerland are true, one thing is certain, they're still walking side by side. And for those of us watching from afar, that's more than enough to believe that true love truly exists. Thank you for watching this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because stories like this, you won't find anywhere else. See you again in the next Jikook Moment, where love doesn't need to be shouted, only felt.